A diamond ring. It was supposed to be a symbol of love, loyalty, and forever. But in this story, that sparkling jewel became the very thing that tore two lives apart and set the stage for a courtroom battle that shocked everyone who heard about it. This is not just about a piece of jewelry. It's about betrayal, pride, and the price of promises broken. Welcome to our channel, where we bring you the most powerful, thought-provoking, and emotional stories from real life. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe now so you never miss our daily videos, filled with gripping stories that will keep you thinking long after they end. Now, let's begin. It all started with a proposal that many would call a dream come true. He was a successful businessman, known for his charm and ambition. She was elegant, admired by everyone who knew her. When he got down on one knee and presented her with a diamond ring worth a small fortune, the crowd gasped. It wasn't just a ring, it was a statement, a promise of security, love, and a future together. She said yes, tears in her eyes, her hand trembling as she slipped the glittering band onto her finger. To the outside world, it looked perfect, a fairy tale beginning. But as we all know, appearances can be deceiving. At first, life together seemed like everything they had dreamed of. Lavish parties, luxury vacations, endless photos of them smiling with that diamond ring catching the light at every angle. But slowly, behind the polished images, cracks began to show. Arguments over money, suspicions of betrayal, silent nights filled with cold distance instead of warmth. The ring that once symbolized love started to feel heavy, almost like a chain, binding them to a promise neither could keep. The inevitable happened. The marriage collapsed. But instead of quietly parting ways, they found themselves face to face in a courtroom with the diamond ring at the center of it all. He claimed it wasn't just a gift, it was an investment, something given with the expectation of loyalty, which she had broken. She argued it was hers, fair and unconditional, a gift from the heart that no one could take back. Their lawyers clashed, presenting receipts, valuations, even testimony from friends and family. Suddenly, private memories became public evidence. The same ring that had once been lifted high in celebration was now passed around the courtroom as a symbol of greed, anger, and betrayal. The judge listened carefully, the tension thick in the room. Every detail mattered: when it was bought, why it was given, and what promises were attached. Witnesses were called, secrets exposed, reputations shattered. The courtroom drama dragged on, each side refusing to give an inch. And through it all, the diamond sat quietly, gleaming under the harsh lights, as if mocking the courtroom became a stage, and every word spoken was like a performance. On one side, the husband's lawyer painted a picture of betrayal, insisting that the diamond ring was not simply a gift, but a conditional promise. They argued that such an extravagant item was given in good faith, tied to loyalty and trust. If that trust was broken, then the gift had to be returned. On the other side, her lawyer fought fiercely, reminding the court that the law was clear. A gift, once given, belongs to the receiver. No conditions, no strings attached. The jury listened, the spectators leaned in, and the air grew heavier with every revelation. What shocked everyone most was how personal this battle became. Details of their private lives spilled into the open. Conversations that were once whispered between two people in love were now read aloud in the courtroom, dissected and judged. Friends were called as witnesses, some supporting him, some supporting her. The testimonies painted two completely different versions of the same relationship. For some, the marriage had been a fairy tale gone wrong. For others, It had been doomed from the start. But everyone agreed on one thing. The diamond ring had become more than jewelry. It was evidence. The ring itself was worth hundreds of thousands, but its value in that courtroom was far greater. It became a symbol of principle, of who was right and who was wrong. The husband believed keeping the ring would reward betrayal, while the wife believed losing it would erase the love that had once been genuine. The arguments cut deep, not just about money, but about dignity, justice, and truth. Each time the ring was mentioned, eyes darted toward her hand. Some whispered that she clutched it too tightly, as if it were her last shield of power. Others said he looked at it like a wound that refused to heal. Days turned into weeks, and the trial dragged on. Reporters began covering the case, fascinated by the drama of a love story turned legal war. Headlines called it the Battle of the Diamond, and soon the entire city seemed to be talking about it. People debated in coffee shops, at dinner tables, and online forums. Was the ring hers to keep, or was it a treasure that should be returned to the man who had paid for it? Behind the spectacle, however, both of them were unraveling. Sleepless nights, endless questioning, and the weight of public opinion took their toll. She began to realize that holding on to the ring was costing her more than she imagined. And he, too, started to question if his pursuit of justice was really about the ring or about the pain of losing her. Yet neither of them was ready to back down. Pride was stronger than reason, and the diamond at the heart of it all continued to shine, reflecting not love, but bitterness. But then came the testimony that no one expected. A voice from their past. The courtroom fell silent as the witness stepped forward. It was not a lawyer nor a family member, but a close friend who had seen their love story from the very beginning. With a calm but steady voice, the friend began to speak, recounting how the ring had first been chosen. He described the husband's excitement, the way his eyes lit up when he held the ring, and how he whispered, "This is not just a diamond. It's my promise to her." Those words, once filled with pure love, now echoed like a haunting memory through the courtroom. The friend continued, recalling intimate details, the laughter they once shared, the moments when the ring was more than an ornament, but a constant reminder of devotion. He spoke of the husband's sleepless nights before the proposal, how he rehearsed what he would say, how he wanted her to feel like the most cherished person in the world. Then he turned to the wife and reminded her of the tears in her eyes when she first slipped that diamond onto her finger. It wasn't about wealth then. It wasn't about status. It was about love. The courtroom shifted. For the first time, the ring was no longer seen as an object of greed or betrayal, but as a relic of something once beautiful. People leaned in, realizing that beneath the bitterness and legal arguments was a story of two souls who had once believed in forever. Even the judge seemed moved, her eyes softening as she listened. But the friend didn't stop there. His words grew heavier, sharper. He spoke about how pride had poisoned their bond, how mistrust had turned love into suspicion, and how the diamond, once a symbol of unity, had now become a weapon. "You're both fighting over a ring," he said, "but what you're really fighting over is your pain. And pain doesn't belong to either of you. It belongs to the past." Those words struck like lightning. The husband looked down, his jaw clenched, but his eyes wet. The wife, who had held her head high throughout the trial, now lowered it, struggling to hold back tears. For the first time, the courtroom felt less like a battlefield and more like a mirror, forcing them to confront the truth they had avoided. The testimonies before had been about facts, dates, and laws, But this testimony was about something deeper, about the cost of pride, the fragility of love, and the choices that define who we become after love is lost. Silence lingered after the friends stepped down, and in that silence, everyone understood. This trial wasn't about the diamond anymore. It was about whether they would let the ring keep them chained to their pain or finally set themselves free. But the decision was still ahead, and the verdict was looming. Would the court rule in favor of love, once given, or justice, once demanded? The answer would shock them all.
The tension in the room finally broke as the gavel's echo faded. Lawyers shuffled papers, family members exchanged glances, and the once fiery couple sat in silence. Their battle over the diamond ring finally brought to an end. For years, that ring had been more than just jewelry. It was love, betrayal, pride, and pain, all wrapped in one shining stone. And yet, in the end, the court made it clear no one truly owned it anymore. The husband left the courtroom quietly, his once confident stride slowed by reflection. The wife lingered a little longer, staring at the empty space on her finger where the diamond had once sparkled. They had both fought so hard to win, but when the verdict came, it revealed that neither of them had truly gained anything. The ring was gone, but so was the love it was meant to protect. What remained was a lesson, one more valuable than the diamond itself. Objects, no matter how expensive, can never hold together what the heart refuses to protect. A diamond may shine forever, but love does not survive on stones. It survives on trust, patience, and care. Without those, even the most priceless treasures lose their meaning. And so, the case of the diamond ring that cost a fortune in court was never really about money. It was about how pride can destroy what love once built. It showed that sometimes the true cost of a fight is not what we lose in court, but what we lose in ourselves. Before you go, remember this. In life, we all hold on to things, rings, memories, grudges, and pride. But ask yourself, are these things keeping you whole or keeping you trapped? Sometimes, letting go of the fight is the most powerful thing you can do. Thank you for staying with us till the end of this story. If you found meaning in it, make sure to subscribe to our channel for daily videos that bring lessons, reflections, and stories straight to you. Your support means the world, and together we can keep sharing wisdom that goes beyond words. Always remember, what truly matters isn't what shines on your hand, but what shines within your heart.